Welcome, FlipClock fans. Today we're going to do a review of the model flip clock that actually started it all. This is the Cifra 3, or I believe in Italian it would be called the Cifra 3, and made by Solari di Udine, which is the company in Italy that manufactured these clocks first in 1966. It was designed in 1965 by Gino Valle, who was a Italian architecture, famous designer, who also started designing things like, well, this clock. And he wasn't exactly a clock maker any more than he was a wash machine maker, because he designed a wash machine as well. But he kind of gave style to everyday objects. The clock has been referred to as the holy grail of flip clocks, which is actually ridiculous. The holy grail, if you look it up, is basically a mythic object. It's one of a kind, and it actually doesn't exist. The only holy grail of flip clocks to me would be the actual clock that was used in the movie Groundhog Day, because that actual clock doesn't exist, because multiple clocks were used and no one ever saved any of them that I know of. There really is no one clock that was used in that movie, so that would be the holy grail. But this clock, I wanted to debunk it. I wanted to say, well, it's not all that, but man, this clock is very well designed. So, like I said, the clock was designed in '65, started to be produced in '66. Now, the thing is, you're going to get a lot of misinformation on the internet, surprise, surprise, and maybe this video will have some misinformation as well, but as best as I can discover, I'm going to try to give you what I know. Some people say the clock is still being made. I don't think so. There is a style of flip clock being made by Solari Udine, but it's not this one. This clock is not the original '66 clock. Okay, and again, the clocks weren't just produced in '66. Production began in '66. I saw advertisements in magazines from '72 that had these clocks. So this clock is known as the museum clock. It was produced for the Museum of Modern Art in 1993, kind of as a promotion, kind of a display of their style. We're going to talk about Solari. Who are they? Well, Solari was the ones that invented the Solari board. Those are the boards that you'd see in, back in the day in airports and train stations. They'd have the big flap displays. So they were the designers of those, and then they decided to turn it into a clock. It has a place in the Museum of Modern Art and the London Science Museum. Even the Israel Permanent Collection has a museum in the Design and Architecture. And so it sounds real hoity-toity, but if you look at where it's at in the Museum of Modern Art, MOMA.org, it's in a collection known as Humble Masterpieces, kind of displaying, the beauty of the coolness of little things that humans create. And in that collection, as well as a home canning jar, disposable foldable racers, the aspirin tablet, 500 milligrams, a stapler, spoon straw, Band-Aid advanced healing blister, bubble wrap, egg carton, the actual plain old Band-Aid, a Duracell AA battery. So, a lead pencil. Q-tips is in the Museum of Modern Art in the same collection as the Cifra 3. So, let's not get too hoity-toity, but I wanted to debunk it. I wanted to show why it's not all that, but I'm going to tell you, this clock is all that. It is extremely well designed. You're looking at it and you're going, well, where's the screws? I'm used to taking a bunch of screws out. Well, we'll go here and remove this, looking for screws, finding none. Again, there's the serial number for the Museum of Modern Art, D, New York. So you see that's Italian. It was the museum clock, as they call it, made in 1993 to be sold by the Museum of Modern Art. Now, the thing is, why you can't find real good information on these things is 1993, that was the internet was barely even there. So nobody really thought to record information about all this stuff, and you can't really find a true history of this stuff. So a lot of this stuff's hearsay. How do you get this sucker open? Well, there's a screw hidden right there. And what's going on with that? You got minutes, hours. So you got minute, and check it out. You can do the hours separately. So one of the first real flip clocks was actually better designed than the ones that we're more familiar with. You don't have to go around the world just to change the hour in the original clock. So this clock uses two D-cell batteries, and look at this case. It's like a compression fitting, so it slides in here and there's no screw to hold it in, and there it is. I mean, it's extremely well designed, and the battery case is used as the thing that helps to hold it up, like so. Just a wonderful little clock. Now, see if we can hear it ticking. You can actually hear this thing ticking. Hopefully, I don't have to ramble on too much to hear it flip over to 6 o'clock. Oh, I didn't intend that. There it is, the groundhog number. But anyway, when this flips over, you're going to know it. It's known for its loud flap. Speaking of which, in Italy, they will refer to these as flap clocks instead of flip clocks. The Solari boards were known as the split flap display, so they're kind of known as flap clocks, however that's pronounced in Italian. So you'll hear that smash over here in a second. But again, when I took this apart to clean it up, I took all the innards out, and I filled this up with water because you can't take this glass out, it's glued in. And it held water. There was just a few drips. I was amazed at the tight tolerances in this thing, and just what a wonderful clock it is. So we're going to wait for it here to flap over, and I don't think I could sleep with this clock. Bang! So wake up, Phil. Like I said, it's really oohed and awed over in the world of flip clocks, and rightfully so. There's plenty out there. They are fairly rare. Again, this one is the limited edition, quote, museum clock. I'm just thrilled to have it in the collection, the FlipClockFans collection. And I don't think we need a disassembly instruction. It's pretty straightforward. You take the screw out. This thing pulls out. You'll have another screw. You'll see it when you get in there. To pull out the mechanism will come out. There's a wire that will hold the that goes into the board from the batteries. That needs to be taken out. Very simply comes out. Amazing design. So I'm very impressed and very happy to have the Cifra in our collection. Thanks for watching, and come visit us at FlipClockFans.